Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I am out at the Snake River Canyon and I have the DJI Air 2S. I'm right on the edge of the canyon here as you recall a while back I attempted to fly this guy out as far as Halverson Lake and I didn't make it because of battery power. Well, I did it today with the Mavic 3, but I've got the Air 2S with me again and I got a fully charged battery. So what I want to do, what I've discovered is when I'm close to the edge of the canyon like this, I can get down low and get down closer to the Snake River, and I'm using the DJI RC Pro that has a really good connection. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go kind of upriver. Not kind of, I am going to go upriver with the DJI Air 2S, and we're going to see if we can get low in the canyon and kind of get low down over the river and look at some stuff. So let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, I'm going to go through the safety menu real quick. We're in bypass. Yeah, compass is normal, IMU is normal. Quick look at the battery. The battery's good as we would expect. So let's see, what was our return to home altitude? We don't need to be that high. Let's I was going to say 35. 33 is going to do. So that's perfect here. And like I said, we're going to try and go down low into the canyon. So let's see. We're going to shoot in 4K, 30 frames per second. Let's go ahead and start recording. Recording now. And let's do an auto takeoff on the app. And we'll take the drone up. Straight up 7 meters so that it gets a look at its landing site, and we'll see if we can get a precision landing. That's what DJI asks you to do. They ask you to be about 7 meters high. So there we are, we're a little higher. Pause there for a second. Let me drop that gimbal down. Nice straight stable horizon, love that. Okay, let's bring the drone back down. And turn it around here, and we're going to do our droney. Let me move it over just a little, and yeah, we're going to go right out over. In fact, I'm just going to go backwards. I'm not even going to push up on the upstick. We're just going to go full back out over the canyon. Reverse now. And there we go. It's kind of interesting. As it went over the edge of the canyon, I saw it move around a little bit because of the updraft, you know, the wind coming up off of the edge of the canyon. But that's pretty cool, isn't it? That's a spectacular sight. Let me kind of edge around here so you can see the canyon. And at the same time, I'm banking out towards the middle. There we go. Okay, enough of that. Let's turn around here. And those structures down below there, I looked at those. You see that looks like something on the side of the river there. I don't know what those are. I looked at those earlier with the Mavic 3. If anybody in the comments knows what function those served and what they dug those out for, let me know. I'd be interested to know. I'm just, you know, off the top of my head, were they catching fish in them or something? I don't know. Okay, so we are down about 2 meters high. Let's drop down into the canyon here, and let's get down low over the river. And it's yeah, -50, -60 meters, and we got great signal. And I mean, I'm pointed right at the drone, so there's no reason that we shouldn't. This gives us a look at the Snake River Canyon that normally you'd only get this kind if I'm down there in the canyon itself, which I do from time to time. But yeah, we're down there. We're right down there. See if we can go a little bit lower. It's always, yeah, so we're down about a little over 100 meters down, negative altitude. And we got great signal. 84% battery. So we've used some battery. I didn't see what it was when we first started out, but I just charged this battery last night. So that's kind of interesting. Of course, it had a little, when I first fired it up, it asked me to, it had inconsistent firmware with the controller. So, but it took just a second and it got all that updated. It didn't take very long. Boy, the river is sure placid today, isn't it? And again, we've got just beautiful signal here. Yeah, just kind of giving you guys a little different look. Oh, there's a jet boat on the side there. I just saw him just as we came over the top. He kind of moved off to the side there. Must be doing some fishing. Let's get back out over the river. And there are some little riffles up here, some rapids. I've actually flown over them before with the Mini 2 back in the day. I was down in the canyon and I got actually pretty low over these little rapids right here and flew over the top of them. I've seen jet boats go through. I've never videoed it, but I've seen some jet boats go through here, and it's kind of cool watching them get through this part of the river. Those jet boats can get in really, they're kind of flat bottom, and it looks like there's, yeah, I think there's somebody fishing down there, right? Let's take a look here. I don't want to bug anybody. What is right there? But let's zoom in. Yeah, that's a guy fishing. Yeah, so yeah, we're not going to bother him. Let me. I don't want to get too low. Okay, so we're back out to normal. That's the advantage of zooming. So this part of the river is probably a good place, probably to find a lot of fish. So yeah, so we'll kind of come back. We kind of had the sun reflecting there, and I have no. I do not have an ND filter on the drone, so just letting you know. I get people ask me that all the time. And so you're probably, a lot of folks that follow my channel, they probably are recognizing this part of the river, because this is right almost directly below Dedication Point. So maybe we'll go up and take a quick look at that. Let's do that right now. Let's grab some altitude. So I am straight up on the left stick, and I'm picking the camera up just a little, and you can see the wall, the rock wall of Dedication Point right there. So let's gain some altitude, and we can go over the top of it here. I want to get up high enough. I don't want to bother people if they're at the wall there, but yeah, we can take a look. You guys have seen me there, fly from there a number of times, and I don't see anybody here. So, or no, there's some people right there. Yeah, no, in fact, there's a bunch of folks there. I was looking the other direction. They're going, what's that funny bird? Anyway, let's go off this direction. Oh yeah, there's some more folks right there sitting on the wall. So let's move off this direction. And as you guys recall, I always show the compass out here. That's out here in the middle of the desert. And I just love that we have the ability, particularly with this RC Pro controller, to get the range and the ability to very strong signal and do these kind of things. And there it is right there. I'm going to lower some altitude, and we're going to come around and get a good look at it here. Let's move around. And I had a little tiny skip on FPV there, which, you know, is to be expected. Let me move around, and I see I gained altitude inadvertently, and the drone is back towards us. So we got a little more favorable sun position this, so I'm dropping altitude here, and we're going to come over the top. And there's the I love you, Edie Wells, right there in the rocks. And then, that used to say, I love you, Mom. And let's go back over the edge of the canyon here and move back. And you guys can see the dramatic edge of the canyon here. And let's drop down. So yesterday I was flying this exact same drone. I was on the Boise River, and I got down close to the river with it too. And I'm telling you, this RC Pro controller is a revelation, because a couple of things that it does for you. It allows you to see what you're doing a lot better because of the 1000 nit screen. But also, I'm just telling you, the connection is just amazing. So we got that guy fishing up here. I don't want to bug him too much, so I'm not going to get too low where he's at. But I always try and be respectful of people that are trying to just enjoy themselves on the outdoors. A lot going on today. I'm hearing gunfire everywhere. Everybody's out sighting in their hunting rifles. Almost sounds like a war zone at times. And he was right over here someplace. So I'm not seeing him now. We could zoom in there. Yeah, I don't see him. He was standing right there. So we're probably good. Let's get down lower again as we bring it forward. We can get down low here and go right back over these riffles. Those were in the sun when we came the other direction. So let's kind of just stay along the river here. And again, I've got a direct shot at the drone from where I'm standing here on the edge of the canyon, so it's pretty cool. That's how we're able to get these the negative altitude that we're at here. I see another car there. So there's probably some folks fishing. Where did we see that? We saw a boat earlier when we were on our way the other direction. A jet boat kind of beached himself on the side. Is that him right there on the left? Yeah. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. Let's kind of zoom in there. Cool thing about the zoom on this, yeah, good looking boat. Found a nice spot to pull in there. Or no, I see an outboard on the back of that thing. That's probably just a trolling motor, though, I suppose. I suppose you could come in here with a prop, but I thought most of these guys were in jets, but I could be wrong. I'm not a boat expert. Let's keep heading back towards us here. And we will I did the same thing with the Mavic 3. We'll do a return to home and watch the drone. Not only will it get out of negative altitude, but it'll rise to where we set return to home, and I believe this was 33 meters. Now, the Mavic 3 has that dynamic return to home where it only goes as high as it has to, and it was very dramatic on that drone. I watched it pop up above the canyon rim here. It was pretty darn cool to see. It was really fun to watch that drone just appear over the side of the canyon in front of me, and then it did a perfect landing. So that was good. Okie dokie, we are almost where we want to be. You can see the end of the line there. and I am hearing, I don't think it's an airplane. I'm hearing a vehicle or something off in the distance. So what you see there on the right, that's the end of the road. And you can hike further than that, but that's as far as you can go with a vehicle. Okay, let's stop right there and let's initiate a return to home. Let's do it on the app. What the heck? Return to home. And look at it, picks up the camera. Let's drop that camera down. We don't need to look at that much sky. But you see it immediately. It's heading straight up. Unlike the Mavic 3, that it was a little bit disconcerting because it just is heading for the side of the canyon, and as it was raising in altitude, it was kind of fun to see. And there you can see my truck there off in the distance. It's zoning in on us. And here it comes, and we'll see if I've got the Action 2 camera going here, and we'll see if we can get a precision landing. I got to tell you, that was a fun flight for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. We got to really kind of see a unique perspective of the Snake River here. So, got to see some cool stuff. There we are. There's that little drone, 33 meters, something like that. And we'll point that camera down and looking straight down the edge of that canyon. Is that dramatic or what? And will it reorient itself? Yeah, there it does. There we get a good look down the side of that canyon. And look at that X, that crosshatch is right in the middle of the pad there. So I suspect we're going to get a precision landing here, no problem. And I'm not going to stand in front of the drone because that is so close to the edge of the canyon, that makes me nervous. But it'll pick up the camera here, and basically, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. It'll pick up the camera. There we are. And it's coming down for a perfect landing. And it landed, I mean, you guys can see it on the Action 2. It is smack dab in the middle of the H. That is astounding. And yeah, I'm looking, you know, I'm probably 5 feet from the edge of the canyon where I'm standing here, but it makes me nervous. Let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Holy cow, guys, the DJI Air 2S. What a phenomenal piece of technology this is. You saw us go down there into the canyon with it and use the zoom function. When I was flying the Mavic 3 earlier, it has an even better zoom. I really didn't use it when I was flying it. I should have, but this guy, we used it to good effect, right? I got to look at a boat that beached itself there, and you know, I wasn't sure if that was a fisherman by the rapids there. We were able to zoom right in and see. But what a versatile little piece of equipment. We got clear up. I took you all the way out to showed you where dedication point is at, where I usually fly from, and then went down over the, I call it the compass. It's the what they made for the old airmail flyers back in the early part of the 20th century, where they needed direction and it pointed towards Boise, and it's still there, which is cool. The Boy Scouts rebuilt it at one point, and that's why it's still there, I think, mostly. And then it said, "I love you, Mom," for a long time next to it. But anyway, up and back, we were negative, I think at one point, like 115 meters, something like that. We had this guy down low and perfect signal with that DJI RC Pro controller. Just really, all really cool technology. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I so appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now. Hey, okay, yeah, I can't resist this. Time for a little bonus content. Got the Action 2. I've got it on the end of a fairly long selfie stick here. Let's look out over the side of the canyon. And like I said, it makes me nervous. I mean, look, I mean, this is just a sheer drop off right over this thing, man. And yeah, I mean, I am so nervous. So I'm about a foot away from the edge here, a little bit closer. Let's hold the camera out so you can see it. I mean, that is straight down. Nervous, man. Look at it, and then let's pick it up here as we look along the side here. It just creeps me out even standing where I'm at here. You can see some people down there camping and at the end of the road there. Oh, I see some people by a rock. They're kind of setting up, I don't know, looks like they're picnicking or something by the edge of a rock there. Didn't see that earlier, but anyway, that's about it. That's your bonus content. I've got to get away from the edge. It bugs me.